Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing? Today is going to be a good day of sales and everything else. It is, what is it, Tuesday. Let's have a little look over here. Tuesday, 10:37 a.m. 19 degrees in the office. I actually don't know what it is outside, to be honest. Is it a hot day? I left so early this morning to come to work that I didn't even check. 16 out there, so it's a little bit warmer inside, which is nice. We got the trolley here. Yeah, I actually managed to pick up this Samsonite case yesterday for free. So I was just on Facebook. Obviously now that I can get around in a car, I have been on and off just, you know, doing the rounds on Facebook, having a little look, seeing if anything's on there. And I did indeed find this case, and I'm hoping this isn't actually broken. I've just noticed that the thing here is not down fully. Can't be broken, it was working before. I think I've just clipped that in wrong, to be honest. Anyway, I had a little look for suitcases. What is going on? Why is this not... Better not have broken this. Okay, so you have to... Anyway, I searched up Samsonite and this one was free, so I went and picked it up. There we go. So you have to squeeze that to open it. Why is that not opening? So that just opens. This is really hard to do with one hand. Okay, so that opens like that and closes like that, but why is that not... There we go. You have to proper... But then that's not going in. Why is that not going in? That's weird. Maybe 000 is not the code. I don't know. I'll have to... God, Jesus. I don't know. Anyway, that was working yesterday, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. But I picked this up for free, which is lovely jubbly. Because if I can get this to work, this is about a £50–60 case, so that is good. The other thing, people always ask me, can you talk about your returns? How many you get? What sort of returns you get? Last week, this was my only return, which is... It's usual if I have a good week of sales, and when I say a good week, if I'm doing like £1,500 of sales in a week, one thing is bound to get returned or need a partial of some sort. That's like 40 plus parcels in a week. The odds of something, you know, getting lost or something. But yeah, it averages out probably maybe 3 a month or something. But this one came back. They said that it was leaking. I need to sort this cable so it's actually flat on the table. There we go. Yeah, they said it was leaking out of here or something when it was running. So we're going to test it and have a look. I don't see why there would be a problem with this, but there we go. So let's just put that in. Turn this on. We'll leave that to heat up for 30 seconds. Probably need to take that out, to be honest, because the cup's a bit too big. So we'll let that heat up for 20 seconds or so. Once this stops flashing, we can get that brewing. And it's all dry under here, so we'll be able to tell if anything is leaking. Any water that comes out of here, that is obviously a problem. Actually, I am going to put the drip tray back in because this is a drip tray. It collects the drips. So if they've run it without this, then drips will come here and go out. So I will put that there. I'll just need to put that under like that. Okay, so here we go. Let's run this and see if any leaks happen. Because it was definitely not leaking when I sent it, so maybe it did just get damaged in the post. It's not yet brewing anything, so that's interesting. Is it gonna actually do something? Huh. Maybe I need to... There we go. It's that's now brewing. That doesn't seem like a lot of coffee, to be honest. Maybe we've got more than leaking problems going on here. That might just be that it was pumping the water into the system. So let's try one more time. Okay, that's not right. That should be filling the cup a lot more than that. So there is definitely something going on with this machine. It's not leaking though, as far as I can tell. Let me try the other button. See what that does. Okay, that's doing the same exact thing. That's really strange. You can hold the button, I believe, and it'll just keep going. Okay, it doesn't look like that's working either. Maybe you have to double press on this machine. It's definitely not leaking though, and that was definitely the reason for sending this back. Interesting. Okay. Well, the leak is non-existent, so that's a good thing. If I can work out why it's only pumping a small amount through, then we could be good. Get those last drips out. So sometimes these will leak if they need a clean. So if they need like a descaling. There's literally no water down the back there. So that is strange. You watch, I'll press this and it'll do a whole thing now. You know what, this is actually struggling to pump the water, for sure. The water thing's definitely in properly. How strange. How strange. That pierced okay. Right, well, it's not leaking, so that's a good thing. If I can work out... Oh! It did leak. Interesting. That only came out after I ejected the pod. Which is strange. Did that come out when I did that? Or did that come out... Why can't I get this water jug out? Damn it. Oh yeah, it's definitely leaking. Okay. Right, well, that must have happened in the post, because it definitely did not do that when I tested it the first time. Because I test all my coffee machines here, and I noticed leaks like that, because obviously I moved them out to go and do photos, so... How strange. That leak seems to be coming from the bottom somewhere, only once the pod has been ejected. Which is weird. So maybe there's like a build-up of water not coming out because it wasn't pumping properly, and then when you inject the pod it releases the pressure and then it all comes out the bottom. Sounds plausible. I don't know whether that's the case or not. This will now just get sold as spares or repairs to anyone that wants to fix it. I'll probably get £20 for it. But it's still water in that system. How bloomin' strange. Anyway, let's move this out of the way because it's in the way, and we'll deal with this coffee machine later. One thing I didn't check, by the way, was whether this was actually my machine, because I was out for the days where I had to refund it, so I just had to refund it and just hope for the best. But I do believe that is my machine, so I don't have anything to worry about there. So yeah, that is annoying. I thought that was going to be one of those ones where they just say it's broken and they send it back because they change their mind, and then you get it back and it works fine and you sell it again within a week. But doesn't look like that's the case with this one, unfortunately. But anyway, I'm on 1700 for the week. We had a little bit of a dip, but now it's going way up again. We had a 232 day, a 269. Yesterday was a 580, and today we're on 160 already, which is amazing because it's not even 11 o'clock yet. Right, let's get the trolley because we've got a lot of parcels to grab. I think we're up to about 33 today that we need to pull. Oh, sorry, 32. We do have a counter offer, £30 on a £50 item. I will not be taking that. Right. Let's scroll right to the bottom here. Right, that is the bottom. Right, put the phone there. Hopefully that's gonna stay. Right, first item on the fan shelf. We have sold a Coca-Cola shaped fridge. There it is. Right there. So, although this is quite a large item, I'm just going to put it on the shelf, by the way. It's actually quite easy to pack because of its shape. I can just wrap it in bubbles and then give it a little bit of a card wrap, and that will go straight into a box that will fit it, which is fantastic. Don't have to worry too much about the box. Right, 176. We have sold the Harley Davidson t-shirt, so that should be in here somewhere. This and clear out a lot of this stuff because a lot of it is junk from a long time ago. Right, 176. Where are you? That's not it. That's 175. 176, of course. It's always right at the bottom. Right, this is our car boot pile, by the way. That's my to get sold pile down the car boot. But there we go, a nice Harley jumper there. Not jumper, t-shirt. £20. Oh, £40 on the fridge. Right, C1. That is actually just down here. So that's not a bucket on the shelf. This is actually C1 for clothes bucket one. This is an old system that has spilled over. I need to change the name of it, but here we go. So this is an Ariat riding jacket that I've had for ages. I thought they were all sold, but then out of nowhere one appeared on the shelf and I was like, where has that come from? And it wasn't listed anywhere, it wasn't sold or anything like that, and I was so confused, but I got it listed and it sold pretty much straight away, which is good. Right, this Roxy machine they actually asked to cancel, so I need to cancel that. One of those annoying ones you get where they're like, oh, I found a better price. It's like, mate, you sent me like a stupid low offer in the first place. I accepted it, and now you're gonna tell me you got an even better price somewhere else. Okay, whatever. Right, we have sold this G-Tech pole, $7.99. Right, B1 battery. We've actually sold both of these batteries now, so I'll get both of them out straight away. Oh, sugar. I believe one sold for £40 and the other one sold for a little bit less, maybe. Can't remember. Where is it? Oh, they both sold for £40. Okay. Perfect. That is what I like to hear. And then in Y, which is all the way, actually right here, we have sold a doll, which is this one right here. I think there's two in here, so hopefully this is the right one. Let me double check. Yeah, this is Dracula Monster High. £28 on her. I paid £1. Also in Y, we sold a Magimix little thing here. Look at that. This little thing here £14. So this is just a little spindle that sits in the mixer, and obviously all the attachments attached to that. Right, G-Tech Pro extension pole on the plates shelf, £25. I have actually sold both of these, I think. Yep, £25 each on these, and these are down here somewhere. Here we are. So £50 on those. Need to make sure I don't send the wrong one, because these are £25 each. This is £6. So there we go. Right, J1, we've sold a Le Creuset lid. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Cousance lid, in fact. Same company. There we go. That sold for $11.99. And then in bucket T, we have sold a roller brush for the pole and the battery. And that was in T, did I say? Here we go. And we've actually sold both of these as well. Right, so one of these sold for 36, I believe, and the other sold for 40. Sorry, one sold for 34, and the other one sold for 40. Okay, so we really did part out that machine. The only bits left of this machine we have left, ironically, is the main body, and this is the bit that's worth nothing. This is worth maybe £15 each, because there's literally no components in that thing other than an electrical connection between the battery and the pole. So that thing never breaks, which is good, but it also means the main body is never the broken bit, so it doesn't need replacing very often. Right, Q1, we've sold a broken kettle. Whoa. Okay, a little bit further. Here we are. So, these kettles here, please go back in. There we are. Right, these kettles here, these are KitchenAid kettles. If these work when you buy them, they're worth 60, 70 pounds in good condition. Sometimes a little bit more, all depending on the color of the machine. But they have a really big problem with the heating element. You'll find 9 out of 10 times you buy one of these, you'll put it on and it will just bleep at you, beep, 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 beep. It means the heat element inside the kettle or inside the base, I don't know which one it is broken. And at that point, it's too much effort for me to try and fix. I will do a switcheroo with a couple other machines to work out if it's the kettle or the base, because you can get lots of money for the base still, if that works, and vice versa. But if I don't have them, I just list them. This one sold for 20, spares, repairs. You just have to fingers crossed the person that's bought it has read the listing or knows what they're doing, and they're not going to send it back. But 9 times out of 10, they buy it. It's a cheap price, and they'll keep it. So I probably just jinxed that, but there we are, £20, and hopefully they can do whatever they need to do with it so that they keep it. But moving on, we have sold this Dyson right here. This is a 24, I believe, DC 24. Yes, it is. And this sold for £60 on the nose, I believe. There is this attachment. I don't know whether that was listed with it, but it doesn't actually even fit. But there we go. Yeah, £60 on the nose for that DC 24. And then on the bookshelf, which is the bottom shelf round the side, we have sold a Panasonic SD 2500. Here we are. I also believe we've sold this machine as well, or another one, I can't remember. This should be an SD 2500, and it is. I'm gonna whack this straight on the shelf because I don't want this breaking. So these Panasonic bread makers have really, really brittle plastic. Some of them are metal actually on the exterior. The black one I've got around there is actually aluminium, I believe. But these white ones, they're all plastic. And what you find, they have a weak point around the leg and here. So if you really don't pack them, you have to really pack them well, because any knock in transit and the leg will smash off or something, and then you're stuck. Then you're refunding the entire amount, which is not great, because that sold for 56. Right, M1, we've sold another G-Tech handle. It's one of these ones here. There we are. £15. And then in BenQ we have sold the last of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I believe this is actually a plastic cup this time. There it is. Small little one. That can go in there. That sold for $5.75. And then if we turn the trolley around here, go the other way, in box X, which is the last one over this side, we have sold this bright green little contraption here, which is a Provocraft Cuttlebug. It's a die cutting machine for embossing and all that. Oh, we've actually sold another one of these in M1. So the last one sold for 15, this one sold for 13. So you may be wondering why the same item in the same thing on the same listing sold for a different price. That's literally just me accepting offers. If it's acceptable, I'm going to take the offer. So that is literally what that is. Right, in A, we've sold a murder booklet. So this is like an entire murder case study. Not case study, it's like a game you play with your friend. It's a bit like Cluedo, I guess. But you have all the paperwork, you have to work out who did the murder. They're really cool actually. If you're having a party or something and you've got a few hours to waste, definitely buy one of those. They're pretty cheap online. Right, we've sold a Vord Jolly Comfort 2, which is this one up here. How much that sell for? £60. That was not listed for long because I got this from auction. When did I get this from auction? Last Thursday? Something like that. I think I paid a £5 for it. Got 60 on that. Right, we sold a Harry Potter Christmas tree bauble set. I actually saw the box of these over here the other day. They're right on the bottom shelf. Somewhere. Was it the bottom shelf? Oh no, here. Right, let's move you over there. There's a few in here, so I've got to work out which one's which. Right, so we've sold, which one have we sold? We sold the red opposite the blue. I don't know what else is in it, to be honest. I've not looked in this box, bag, for like a whole year. Right, is it the fluffy one? No, it's not the fluffy one. It must be this one. Woohoo! Yep, that's the one, £4. Right, anyone needs baubles that are Harry Potter design and a stocking. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets, so 24 baubles, 12 of which are fluffy, 12 of which have sparkly stuff inside. And this, message me on Discord or Instagram and you can have the lot for £10 plus postage. So £13.99 you can have this whole lot, because I can't be bothered selling these for £4 each. Okay, So first person to ask for them on Instagram DMs, which are open by the way, or tag me in Discord, you can have the lot for 13 and I'll delist them, ship them to you this week. Alright? Because they're taking up space that I need, sorry. Right, anyway. Matsui shelf, we sold the Woodwick candle, £20. Where are you? Here you are. This is a smelly candle. It's meant to be a calming retreat. Smells like a toilet. In like a clean toilet. Not a used toilet, you know. The cleaner's just been in and cleaned the toilet smell, you know. But the toilet smell nonetheless. £20. On the Maps shelf, we've sold a pair of Doc Martens, the big ones. $69.99 on those. We still have these high heel versions for the ladies if anyone's interested. They're actually a little bit cheaper, those ones. I believe they're up for 50, something like that. Aha! It's time. Time to make some money. Because the clock's sold and it's so funny. Oh God, please don't drop this, Jay. Jay, do not drop this. It's worth lots of money. This is gonna go straight on the table. Right, here we are. I've had this bad boy on the shelf for a while now. Probably since this day. Wednesday the 29th of January, 1303. That's how long I've had this on the shelf. 722 years I've had this on the shelf. You know? Thumbnail. This sold for, and it was an offer that came through, £290. There we are. £290. Can't beat that, can you? Just in time. Right, Donald shelf, moving on swiftly. We have sold another bread maker. Here we are. This one did not sell for nearly as much as the last Panasonic because it's a cheaper version. But it sold for, what did it sell for? £35. Yep. So that can go on there with the other one. Lots of big stuff to ship today. This is going to be interesting. Right, there's the other battery you've already done. Top shelf, we've sold the keyboard. So this was sold as for parts because it's missing 3 of the 4 pads on the back. And it's missing 1, 2, 3 keys. I also don't know if this thing works, so it was sold as spares and repairs, untested. I paid literally £1 for that. The guy on the stall was like, please take it for £1. And I was like, I will do that. And it sold for 24. Obviously all of my things have postage. I never do free post. People always ask, why don't you do free post? Well, there's a bunch of reasons. People aren't stupid. They do know that you bake the price in, and if they don't, your price is higher than mine anyway. Because if my item's £25 plus £3.99 postage, it shows up as £25. If yours is £25 plus £3.99 postage baked in, yours shows up as £28.99, which means mine shows up higher than yours in the ranking when they filter by price, lowest to highest. And that is a win for me, my friend. Hat sold for $16.97. Also, when you do a return and they do like changed mind or didn't fit or something like that, I don't have to pay the return postage on that, the customer does. If you've baked the price in, then you know, you don't get your refund on your postage. So there we are. Right, top shelf, we've sold that TV CRT monitor. Where are you? That's the Philips one. I need to double check that's still listed, because I've not actually sold that yet, and that's a good one. So might just be the price, you know, I might just have to bring the price down slightly on that one. But this one's nice and cheap. I actually got this off Rich, who I saw down the car boot for the first time in about 4 years. Obviously, if you've been watching the content, God blimey, let's put this here, because I got nowhere on the shelf over there to put this. If you've been watching my content since COVID, you will know who Rich is. I used to do car boots with him and stuff. But we fell out of contact for a while, so it was nice to see him. Anyway, I paid £20 on that, sold for 42. Wasn't a great TV, to be honest, but there we are. Made some money on it. And last but not least, number 19, we have sold a last but not least, we have sold a SIBO, number 19, and it is blue. So it's either this one, it is this one. Fantastic. Let's move this over. This sold for £100 this morning. Here we are. This does need a good clean before this gets packed up, because it is caked in like paint and residue from its previous owner. And yeah. Right, let's squeeze this trolley through here for now. And that is it. So what have we got? We've got this whole trolley load here. That's all nice and easy stuff to pack. Of course, we've got the big mega whopper, £290 on that. And then we've got all of this stuff here, the SIBO and the TV to pack as well. So we actually only need to do 3 items today. Most of my items have to be out tomorrow, Wednesday, but I'm going to get a lot of them, if not all of them, done today. Get them out of the way. That gives me an extra day's worth of stuff I can do tomorrow, rather than being rushed off my feet tomorrow. I'd rather get them done today, get them out, get some positive feedback from eBay, because obviously automatic feedback always comes down to if it's been delivered on time. So if something doesn't get delivered on time from the courier, it's not your fault, but you don't get the automatic feedback. So shipping out a day early gives you that extra day of breathing space to get the free feedback. So that is it. Let me know in the comment section down below which item here is your favorite, and let's use the word clock in the comments down below, so I know that you've got to the end of today's video and you enjoyed today's video. I can't believe this finally sold. I have had that listed for maybe a year now, but yeah, it was up. I think it had come down 20% because of the discount code, and then I got an offer, 219 down from 330, so they only knocked £40 off. Accepted, money came through straight away, bish bash bosh, that's what you like. So yeah, I got a nice big payout this morning from eBay. Fantastic. And yeah, oh, and I got this to ship as well. Forgot that little Diddy one was down there. Right, thanks for watching, guys. Zena is still here. I haven't dared take photos of her yet and listing her, but yeah, I'll give her another month. Give her another month in the office, then I'll list her. She smiles at me, you see, that's the problem. Look, that little grin. Weird. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. Remember, the link is in the description if you wish to sign up to Crosslist, get your items over to Vinted, Facebook, other platforms, whatnot, all of them. 30% off with the code SLOTH, all in capital letters, at checkout. And yeah, boost your sales, guys. Come on, let's get this done. 2025. Let's end it with a big load of cash. It's now 11:12, so I want to get done by about 1 o'clock with all of these. So I'm off. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.